Most groups get weaker when members build successful solo careers. Fans drift toward their bias. Comebacks get spread thinner. And eventually, the group starts to feel like an afterthought. SHINee somehow did the opposite. They got stronger. By the time Atmos landed on June 1st, time to their 18th anniversary, every single member had already built a name for himself completely outside the group. Not a small side project, a real distinct identity, with its own fan base, its own sound, its own lane. And instead of pulling SHINee apart, all four of those lanes just led back to the same place. Welcome to K-Pop All Day, where we look beyond the headlines to uncover the stories shaping K-pop. Now, the easy answer here is SM just promoted them well. Good machine, good marketing, good timing. But that explanation doesn't really hold up. Two of the four don't even have solo contracts with SM anymore. And solo success usually creates distance inside a group. The members start operating on separate schedules, separate teams, separate identities. And slowly, the group becomes the thing they do in between the things that actually define them. With SHINee, solo success seems to have done the opposite. It created balance. And to see why, you have to look at what each of them actually spent the last few years building. Start with the timeline. All four members finished their military service by April 2023, with Taemin the last to return. That reunion could have just meant a group comeback and back to business as usual. Instead, it became the starting point for four very different solo eras, running at the same time as SHINee, not instead of it. Onew went the deepest into music. In 2024, after 16 years, he left SM for his solo work and became the very first artist signed to a brand new agency, Griffin Entertainment. His second full album, Percent, came out in July 2025, with his own name in the production credits. Then came his first world tour, which started at 16 cities and kept growing until it hit 26 shows across 4 continents. Key went in a completely different direction, full-on solo star. His third album, Hunter, came out in August 2025, themed around urban legends, and he followed it with his first solo shows in the United States, Keyland Uncanny Valley. On top of the music, Key's become one of the most in-demand variety show personalities in Korea. The guy who can carry a whole episode on charisma alone. Minho leaned hardest into acting. He's been building Minho actor, film, TV, and the stage. He made his theater debut in Waiting for Godot in 2024, did the rom-com play Rendezvous the next spring, then went back to that first Godot role in September 2025. He's not chasing chart numbers, he's chasing range. And then there's Taemin, who pushed the furthest outside Korea. His SM contract ran out in March 2024, and he didn't renew it. He signed with Big Planet Made, released the EP Eternal, and finally got the world tour he'd never had as an SM soloist. That deal ended in early 2026, and he moved again, this time to Galaxy Corporation. 2 months later, he put out his first English single, Long Way Home. And in April, he became the first Korean male solo artist ever on a Coachella lineup. He played both weekends. 4 members, 4 completely different definitions of success. A singer-songwriter, a pop star, an actor, and the first Korean man to headline his own Coachella stage. On paper, that's a recipe for a group that quietly stops mattering to the people running it. Instead, Atmos sounds like all 4 of those roads meeting back at one point. It's an electronic house-leaning track, a sound none of their solo work fully sits in, which is exactly the point. It's not Onew's lane, or Key's lane, or Taemin's lane. It's the one place all 4 identities can stand in together, without anyone's solo work getting swallowed by it. That's the actual answer here. SHINee didn't survive 4 solo careers by keeping the members close and dependent on the group. They survived and got stronger by letting each member become genuinely bigger on his own, and trusting that 4 strong individual identities would make the group's identity stronger too, not weaker. So out of Onew, Key, Minho, and Taemin, whose solo era hit hardest for you? Drop it in the comments. And if you want the full breakdown of Atmos track by track, that video's coming next. Subscribe so you don't miss it.